Hi, my name is Victor. I'm the resident restaurant consultant for Waiterio. I am here to help you build a successful restaurant. One of the most difficult duties of a restaurant manager is hiring staff. However, instead of being difficult, the task is tiring and demanding. How could you correctly judge whether a person would be a perfect fit for the position they want and probably need? They could say anything to get the job. Therefore, you must know how to read people, conduct face-to-face or video interviews, and more. In this video, I'll tell you how to hire good staff for your restaurant with very simple steps. Let's begin. Like every process, hiring staff can be systematized. That's why I'll tell you some of the steps you must follow to systematize this process. These steps are very simple, and some may even sound obvious. However, you must follow each one to successfully hire competent people. The first step is to study the position you want to fill. This is necessary to know what type of person would be a good fit and what skills they would need to perform well. You must consider all the different things that the person has to do and define their obligations for the next step. The second step is to create a realistic job description. Many managers make the mistake of not properly informing potential candidates about the role when they are hired. This is vital to recognizing people willing to meet the needs of the position as a whole. And also, it's vital to reduce the number of people who quit after discovering new obligations that weren't part of the job description they knew about. The third step is to create a profile of the ideal worker. I recommend that you create a profile with the qualities, skills, and more that the person should have to fill the position. This is just a guide. Remember, there are no perfects, and there may not be people who can do absolutely everything. That's exactly what training is for. The fourth step is to start recruiting potential candidates. You can use different web platforms, your restaurant's social media, and more to bring the job proposal to the candidates. Make sure to provide direct contact information and an extensive job description. Step number 5 is to start receiving resumes and applications. Resumes, whether physical or digital, are among the main tools you can use to verify that each candidate has the skills required for the position. Step number 6 is to compare the candidates. Compare the different candidates to each other, and also compare them to the ideal worker profile you created. Make sure to consider people that don't fully meet the requirements, but they are committed to learning and growing with your business. You should give them a chance. Also, if they don't really meet the requirements but you do give them a chance, it's more possible that they appreciate more the opportunity and become part of what makes your restaurant great. Step number 7 is to interview potential candidates. This is a basic part of recruiting. You should ask questions pertinent to the position, in addition to paying attention to the responses and attitude of the person. Also, you should pay attention to their personal appearance. Being well groomed says a lot about one's personality and attitude. Step number 8 is to perform a supervised trial period. Trial periods are totally optional and usually apply when there is staff in place and work to do. This is a good idea to show the candidates what it takes to work at your restaurant, study the way they work and integrate with your staff, and study their performance and experience. That is, if you have them take care of activities that require their experience. You can pay them or do this as an internship, but make sure to keep it safe, short, and real. You don't want people to get the wrong idea of what it is to work at your restaurant. The last step is to choose the most promising candidate. If you did a trial period, it's important to consult the opinion of the workers who are already part of the team. If you weren't supervising their work, your current employees are the one who will give you first-hand information about the candidates. After all, the person you will hire will not be working side to side with you. Another thing that is vital to hiring good employees is their values. Often we focus on skills rather than qualities, yet a suitable employee has a good balance of both. These are some of the qualities you should look for in a good employee. Enthusiasm to learn and master what the position requires. Sometimes it is better to hire a person who doesn't have a lot of experience, but who has a lot of enthusiasm and curiosity to learn, than to hire a person who knows everything you need but is arrogant and self-centered. Good work ethic and proactivity. An employee must be proactive and seek solutions after asking the right questions or receiving training. In addition, the ideal employee not only adapts to the established work, but also looks for ways to improve what he does, and even improve processes. This is exactly what shows their proactivity, and it can benefit your restaurant by improving its productivity. Also, if you're hiring waiters, these values are vital to offer good customer service. I've created a video about how to improve customer service at your restaurant. I invite you to watch it here. Empathy and consideration. Someone considerate of their coworkers will have better work relationships with them. This is very important because a restaurant doesn't function with the work of only one person. How can you know if they are considerate? If they show that they care about their teammates' well-being, if they offer to help and learn, and more. Integrity and trustworthiness. Integrity is a very important value that every restaurant employee should have. There are times you won't be there to supervise their work. In fact, most of the time you won't be watching everything they do, so you must trust that they will do what they have to instead of doing something that can harm your business. Also, they must be willing to let you know when others are not doing the right thing, like when other employees are stealing or eating your restaurant's food. You can't run a restaurant without trusting your staff. They must be a team player. Someone who works alone, who seeks to compete negatively, and who makes fun of the mistakes of their colleagues instead of trying to help will never be fit for a team. The ideal employee looks for opportunities to help their coworkers, to support them when needed, and more. Once you identify all of these values in a person, you can't let go of the opportunity of making them part of your team. Now it's time to check yourself before you break your restaurant. Finally, there's another thing that not all managers like to talk about, and that is their quality as a manager. If you want to hire good people, or if you're having problems at your restaurant, you must ask yourself, am I a good manager to work with? If the answer is yes, ask again until it's yes, but. There are always ways to improve, especially as a manager. And if the answer is no, then there's no way but improvement. You can't expect to hire good people if you don't meet all of these requirements yourself. Are you applying any of these steps in your restaurant? Let us know in the comments. If you like this type of content and find it useful, leave us a like and subscribe. We'll be creating more videos like this to help you build a successful restaurant. Also, that way you can help us help more people like you who want to improve their businesses. Until next time.